Hey guys, did you clap? I didn't hear it. I do hear it, but did you do it wholeheartedly? No, there could be two things: that you have been clapping since yesterday, so you are bored and you don't want to do it anymore. And the second thing could be like, what I feel, that when you clap, मैं ले लेता हूँ, चल लगा दीजिए थोड़ा सा, नो या इसको अभी ऑफ कर दो, मैं ऑन कर लूँगा. Yeah, so when you clap, it is secondary that you appreciate or welcome the speaker. Primarily it shows that how enthusiastic you all are. Are you all enthusiastic? I don't feel that. Big round of applause, at least for your enthusiasm. No, it reflects your enthusiasm. So up to some extent, I'm convinced with Mr. Datta when he was mentioning that the scooters, they have a tracking device which can track the riders. So I was wondering whether there are students or there are parents, because it is risky to declare it to the students, to announce it to the students here. Yeah. Of course, we have installed the device in the vehicles to track the rider. But have you ever devised the way to track your own attention? We say education is free. I'm speaking at this esteemed institute, esteemed dignitaries of the dais and on the dais. So I'm speaking at this esteemed university. When we say that education is free, of course it is. But you have to pay one thing. Could you guess what it is? Each one of us, regardless of any creed, caste, financial backgrounds, you have to pay. You have to pay attention at least. Are you all attentive? How many of you? Let me see. Hey guys, if you're raising your hand like this, so I can assume that you are 50% attentive. Your hand can go up to this level, right? Okay. So I consider that you are attentive. हाँ, मान लेता हूँ मैं, but पता लग जाएगा. So I would ask for an excuse from my dignitaries sitting on the dais that I will make myself free to walk around on the stage. So there are ways to grab the attention. If I'm just standing behind that podium, you may not be that attentive. So in this age of exploring the space and moon, we must learn things through which you can navigate to yourself. And yoga is something which enables us to do that effectively. Yoga is nothing but a way of life through which you can amplify yourself in your life. We all have been living, right? Are you all living? सांस चल रहा है का मतलब ये नहीं है. Are you alive? या इसमें भी डाउट है क्या? At least answer no. When you're not responding, whether I'll be able to know are you alive or वो तो एक मुर्दा पड़ा होता है, वो भी आंसर नहीं करता है. Sorry? You can certify? Yeah, no need. I can see that. Yeah. It's not that when you're breathing, you're alive. It's when you are living to your full potential. That is what is life. Yoga is something which helps you to live to your full potential. Are you getting what I am saying? You can do various things. These days, you say multitasking. But when you multitask, Do you feel satisfied or you feel distracted and divided? Did you observe that attending to so many things, after that you feel depleted? You don't feel satisfied, contented. Because your mind is divided into so many various directions. Yoga is something which unites the mind and bring it to this moment. Are you all here? Hey guys, are you all here? 5%? How will I know that you are here? It is okay, even if it doesn't make any sense for me to know, at least you must know that you are here. You know, anything in your life you are only able to do with the combination of your body and mind. Right? Can your body do something without your mind? If your mind is somewhere else, what do you say? What happened? क्या हो जाता है फिर? Mistake होती है? How many of you agree with me? जब mind यहाँ नहीं है, mistake होती है ना? Mistake है क्या? If you look at this word, mistake means when you miss taking the present moment. When you are not present, when your mind is somewhere else, you are bound to make mistakes. But when your mind is with you, right, then there's learning. You learn, improve. I was reading to this tagline of VIPS. It says, Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. कितने लोगों को पता है? पढ़ी नहीं आज तक. होता है वैसे. हाँ. So presence is something which helps you to be attentive. How many of you have observed that your presence speaks louder than your words? कितने लोगों को ऐसा अनुभव में है? How many of you have experienced this? How when your grandmother says, have a nice day, it is more powerful than that cabin crew when you enter the aircraft. Have a nice day, sir. They are doing it because of the paycheck. Whereas your grandmother is genuinely wishing you the day must be nice. Isn't it? So presence, that emotional connect, that speaks louder. And what is that? Your mind. The ability to handle our own mind, our own emotions. You go through so many various emotions in your day-to-day life, isn't it? You get irritated, frustrated, disappointed, dejected, feel proud also. A sense of accomplishment as well. But of course, with positive emotions, it uplifts our energy. But negative emotions, it drains us. How many of you feel that, when we begin our day, just, in few hours, maybe in half an hour, 1 hour, it depends upon the span of your keeping yourself fresh. You feel, come on, isn't it? So हम स्पेस को तो एक्सप्लोर कर लिया हमने, बट अपने स्पेस को ही नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. इट्स अ पिटी. हमारी अपनी संस्कृति, our own ancient values, techniques, we have been following the things which are imported rather than what we can offer it to the world. People say yoga is from India. हमें नहीं करना. In fact, I'm happy to share that I have been a part of this expert committee which formed the yoga protocol, which is practiced in 192 countries. Only one country, which is Syria, doesn't practice yoga. As Mr. Iyer was mentioning that yoga day में bat ने भी किया. That was good one. Bat also did the asana. Yoga is practiced in 192 countries except Syria. So world is embracing the ancient values of India. We must look into it. It's not just an asana. ये सिर्फ आसना ही नहीं है. Please excuse me, my Siri is also trained to respond. Audience does it rarely, but Siri does it almost every time. spirituality, yeah, what is spirituality? When we say spirituality or hear about it, we think that it's not my cup of tea. ये मेरा काम नहीं है. जब रिटायरमेंट एज आएगा ना, तब शायद आई विल प्लान. I would like to know from you, what do you think spirituality is for you? What is your definition of spirituality? Anyone? क्या लेना देना, ठीक है ना, जो भी है. ऐसा है क्या? Something which enhances the qualities of spirit. That is what is spirituality. आत्म के गुणों की वृद्धि करना अध्यात्म है. हमारे आत्म के गुण हैं. Each one of you were born with enthusiasm, isn't it? कोई ऐसा है जो बिलो निरुत्साही पैदा हुआ था? When you were born, you were so enthusiastic, you were so cheerful, joyful, bubbling with energy. पेरेंट्स को भी बोलना पड़ता था, मेरे बाप या माँ सो जाओ. अभी ढूंढने से भी नहीं मिलती है वो एनर्जी. Whereas you were, you know, always enthusiastic, full of energy, isn't it? With the passage of life वो बढ़ना चाहिए था. Rather अभी ढूंढने पर भी ऐसा लगता है कि नो, वी डोंट हैव एंथुसियाज्म. उसको कैसे बढ़ाया जाए? बिलोंगिंगनेस. व्हेन यू वर यंग, आई मीन यू आर स्टिल यंग, मी टू, या, व्हेन वी वर वेरी यंग, सब कोई भी प्यार से आंखों में देखता था, हम उसके पास चले जाते थे. देयर वॉज अ सेंस ऑफ कनेक्ट एंड बिलोंगिंगनेस. अभी आप जाते हो पर ये देख करके कि उसने कौन सा गुची पहना है या अरमानी पहना है, उसके बाद डिसाइड करते हो. When you were very young, again, you were so happy, you were so innocent. But now, what has happened? कितने लोगों को लगता है कि जब छोटे थे ना, तब तक लाइफ बहुत मस्त थी? Come on, अभी भी आप छोटे ही हो यार, आप हाथ उठा रहे हो. I didn't expect you to, you know. Anyways, हाँ, अगर ऐसा है तो जरूर सोचना चाहिए इसके ऊपर. यू मस्ट पॉन्डर ऑन दिस. मैं तो अभी भी कहता हूं कि मेरी लाइफ मस्त ही है. आई टेल दैट माई लाइफ इज ATM. माई लाइफ इज ATM. इट इज ऑल टाइम मस्त. या एनीवेज, सो छोटे थे तब मस्ती थी, सब कुछ था इतना लाइफ में. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? व्हाट हैपन? सिंपल है, इंटेलिजेंट हो गए. जब से स्पेक्स पहन लिया हो गए, बहुत समझदार हो गए. Of course you do smile. There's a research which says that a child smiles 300 times a week. कितना? अरे बोल दो, क्या हो गया, कुछ चला जाएगा क्या? 300 times. It is something good, right? 300 times. And adolescents 17 times. Such a big difference. And don't ask me adult के बारे में बताओ, आपको पता है. You rarely smile. You are bursting out of laughter, but you have lost it with the passage of life. Whereas life मिला था कि हम इन चीज़ों को और कैसे बढ़ा पाएं. Of course, not at the cost of your intelligence. I am not asking you that don't be intelligent. Intelligence को बढ़ाना है, but अपनी innocence की cost पे नहीं. So what has happened is we have lost our innocence. What is the meaning of innocence? मालूम ही हम सबको. Yes, no. Guys, you are still not responding. I am a very good teacher. जब तक respond नहीं करोगे ना, I have been teaching it for almost 2.5 decades, and not only in just India. Yeah? क्या innocence माने? Innocence means in no sense, not being nonsense, but sixth sense, something way beyond your senses. You have been leading your life through senses, right? Do you agree with me? हम सेंसेस से वी आर लीडिंग आवर लाइफ थ्रू सेंसेस, राइट? आप कुछ देखते हो, अट्रैक्ट होते हो, कुछ के बारे में जानना चाहते हो. आप सुनते हो, माइंड में कुछ चलता है, इंस्पायर होते हो, करना चाहते हो. right? Touch करते हो है क्या? You want to explore more. Sense, right? But there is something beyond your senses as well, which can only be felt. It cannot be seen. It cannot be heard. It cannot be touched. But it can definitely be felt. Are you all here? Still? 5%? Little more than that? Yes? थोड़ा सा ही बढ़ा है ना? अच्छा, सुन रहे हो सब? कहाँ से सुन रहे हो? ध्यान से। कहाँ से सुन रहे हो? कान में तो आवाज हमेशा पड़ती है, but you listen to it or not, it depends on attention, ध्यान, right? And that is mind. ध्यान कहाँ से आता है? माइंड ही तो रहता है. If somehow you are able to handle your own mind, or the other word for it is emotions. Emotions are experienced in mind. If somehow you learn to handle your own mind, that's the biggest success, I would say, of human life. Yoga is something which helps you to enable you to do that. It's not just mere asanas. It's not just performing difficult postures. Very rightly written there is yoga karmasu kaushalam. It brings skill in your actions. You become skillful. When you are skillful, you are able to deal with each and everything effectively. अभी क्या हो रहा है? अरे ये ठीक से नहीं हो पाया, वो ठीक नहीं कर पाए. How many of you have this regret in your day-to-day life? ये और अच्छा हो सकता था. Because वही full potential के साथ जब हम कुछ करते हैं ना, it brings fulfillment. We have been striving for so many things कि मेरे पास ये हो जाए, मेरे पास वैसा हो जाए, मेरा career ऐसा हो जाए. Of course, you have been putting your efforts to build your career. You have been putting your efforts to get good pay packages. You have been putting your efforts to be recruited in good companies like Ola and all such things. But do these things bring fulfillment to you, even if you are achieving it? It can only come from within, whether you have those things or not. Regardless of your accomplishments, spirituality is answer to be living a fulfilling life. I would like to share an incident with you. Still attentive? ये बीच बीच में नीचे ऐसे हो जाता है ना, मुझे पता है किस लिए होता है. वो बिगेस्ट डिस्ट्रैक्शन है, और सर्वाइकल भी हो जाएगा. दिस इज आवर फर्स्ट जॉइंट. ये बॉडी का सबसे पहला जॉइंट है, ठीक है? उसके ऊपर है जॉइंट, है ना? यहीं सबसे पहले स्ट्रेस फंसती है, आकर के लटक जाएगी. सर्वाइकल से सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है. तो ये एक तो ये मत करो, दूसरा यहीं रहो. सो Iyer ji mentioned about stress. What is stress for you? क्या है स्ट्रेस? है क्या बला? ये तो बताओ, कम से कम सोचा है कभी? नहीं जी, एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं. आपने तो कहा एक्सपीरियंस ही करना इंपॉर्टेंट है. ऐसा है? जो इंपॉर्टेंट है वो करते नहीं है, जो नहीं है उसको एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं. Coming from the science background, I have been taught that stress is an external force applied on an object and which causes that object to move from its original position. That is stress. Your mind is meant to be in this moment. But whatever takes away your mind from this moment is stress. कुछ भी चीज आपके माइंड को यहां से ले जाती है, और जरा ध्यान देना, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आप यहां और वहां ही हो. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, so once there was a renowned speaker. Whenever he was speaking halls were always full to listen to him because he was a very renowned speaker. So there were other speakers also. He went to give a lecture like this in one of the universities. So there were many speakers listening to him. So he opened his address mentioning that those days were the most beautiful days of my life, which I spent in the arms of a woman. तो सब ना थोड़ी आंखें बड़ी कर ली सबने. तो जब ये बात बोला तो attention ली, and he continued. There was one speaker listening to him. He thought that it is such an interesting way to, interact with the audience. So he goes to deliver a lecture in the future, and he thinks that let me start my speech in a similar manner. And very confidently he goes on the stage and says, those days were the most beautiful days which I spent in the arms of a woman. But वो भूल गया कि पहले स्पीकर ने क्या बोला था. The first speaker said that woman was my mother. And you know what he says? I forgot who this woman was. Do not copy till you know how to paste. And you have been just copying and copying. You have been made unique, my dear. Identify your uniqueness. You have a definite purpose to come on this planet, and I have a definite purpose. It's not that I'm important than you. आ रही है बात समझ में? Spirituality is something which helps you to, I would not say understand. It makes you realize the purpose of your own life. Why you have come to this planet. Yoga, meditation is a way of life. It helps you to navigate your mind to its source. What is life for you? Are you still here? अच्छा, अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. आर यू स्टिल इंटरेस्टेड? पक्का 5% ही? 5 ही ना? यू नॉडेड यस. अच्छा, 5 करके पूरा. थैंक यू. सो when you say that you are living, have you ever thought कि लाइफ है क्या? अभी तो हम बहुत छोटे हैं, क्या सोचने की जरूरत है? यही क्वेश्चन आता होगा, राइट? अरे लाइफ को ही नहीं जाना और बाकी सब जाना तो फायदा क्या उस चीज का? We are made up of 7 things. There are 7 levels of our existence. First is body, right? Which you are acquainted with. रोज देखते हैं, सबसे ज्यादा हमारा परिचय हमारी बॉडी से ही है, बिकॉज वो दिखती है. या एंड यू नो वन मोर थिंग आई वुड लाइक यू टू नो, whatever can be measured is called Maya, and this body can be measured. Maya is nothing but just whatever can be measured. जो भी मापा जा सकता है वो माया है. शरीर को माप सकते हो, तौल सकते हो, देख सकते हो, टच कर सकते हो, हाँ सब कुछ. So body. Then breath. Are you all breathing? जब आप पैदा हुए थे, हुए सब? हाँ, तो पहला काम क्या किया था? What did you do? How many of you cried? How many of you think that crying was the first act? ओ तेरी, आमीन. पता नहीं जी, कुछ तो किया होगा. क्या किया? We all did the same thing. You took a breath in. आखिरी काम क्या करोगे? Will लिखेंगे, बट वो पहले. वो मरते समय तो नहीं लिखोगे, ऑलरेडी कब चला जाएगा पता नहीं, बट आखिरी काम हम सब एक ही करेंगे. क्या करेंगे? You will breathe out, right? Breath is the second thing. In fact, we can say, it is not risky to say that breath is life. कोई लेटा हुआ है, कैसे चेक करते हो? या तो पल्स चेक करते हो, नहीं पता लग रहा तो क्या सांस देखते हैं, right? Breath. Then third thing is mind. Right? Third is, do you agree with me? क्या agree कर रहा है? Agree कर रहा है intellect. Next thing is intellect. Mind experience, intellect decides whether good, bad, profitable, not so profitable, worth doing, not worth doing. Intellect decides. ये दोनों अलग चीजें हैं. माइंड इज मन, इंटेलेक्ट इज बुद्धि. ठीक है, ये याद रहेगा. क्या चीजें हैं? फर्स्ट इज, अरे फर्स्ट बॉडी, सेकंड, थर्ड. अब कैसे याद रहा? क्या है? मेमोरी. सो बॉडी, ब्रेथ, माइंड, इंटेलेक्ट एंड मेमोरी है ना आपके अंदर. सो ये एक लेवल ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस है. नहीं होगा तो चलेगा काम. वेरी वेरी रिस्की. कल किसी के घर में, आज किसी के घर में, ये मेरा है. यहां तक तो ठीक है. पता लगा किसी को और को पकड़ लिया, मेरा स्पाउस है, जूते पड़ेंगे. Isn't it? So memory is very important to know this is my desk, this is my department, these are my students, this is my car, my son, daughter. Memory, right? Then ego. The next level of our being is ego. You may say that how come ego is an important level of our existence? As I mentioned that you are unique. To identify that uniqueness and to know that as I am unique, each and every individual also. And the next level of our being is self. We call it self because पूरा पूरा आप वही हो actually, but you may call it soul, spirit, consciousness, चेतना, आत्मा, रूह, प्राण. There are various different words, but we call it self. अब soul कहते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है हॉरर पिक्चर देख कर आए हैं. मैं आत्मा हूं. It is scary. Self, energy, that field, right? So meditation maneuvers and navigates you to that space. Are you getting what I'm saying? Are you still interested? Thank you very much for your interest. So, shall I continue? Now, if you see broadly in your life any challenge you face, be it professional, personal, it becomes a challenge when all these levels of your existence are not aligned. I would like to illustrate with an example. Like one fine morning you wake up, you go in front of full-size mirror and you see till your face, you feel very happy. The moment your sight goes, ऐसा लगता है मध्य प्रदेश थोड़ा बाहर आ रहा है, कुछ तो काम करना चाहिए. या वो तब लगता है जब आप एकदम फ्री होते हो, नहीं तो हजार चीजें जब माइंड में जा रही है तब नहीं ये टेंशन जाएगी उस चीज पे. सो मध्य प्रदेश जो है आउट ऑफ शेप होता है, कुछ तो करना चाहिए. सो देन यू फिगर आउट ये फिटनेस फर्स्ट में जाना है, VLCC में जाना है, या खुद ही योगा स्टार्ट करना है, या किसके पास जाना है. एंड देन यू गिव दी सब्सक्रिप्शन फॉर एंटायर 6 months, सोच करके कि कमिटमेंट बना रहेगा. ये सोच ही है सिर्फ, अच्छी सोच है वैसे. या उसके बाद यू सेट दी अलार्म टू वेक अप मंडे मॉर्निंग, वो बजता है. एक और चीज मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहूँ, पता नहीं आपने ऑब्जर्व किया है कभी या नहीं किया, आपकी लाइफ का सबसे डायनामिक एक्शन पता कब होता है? द मोस्ट डायनामिक एक्शन इन योर लाइफ इज व्हेन अलार्म रिंग्स, बिकॉज यू पाउंस ऑन इट टू हिट द स्नूज. तो अलार्म बजा बेचारा, बॉडी डिमांड कर रही है, माइंड कहता है आज तो मंडे है, कल पार्टी की थी, ट्यूसडे ऑस्पिशियस डे होता है, तब देखते हैं. ठीक है, यहां पे खत्म नहीं होती है बात. गिल्ट आता है, यार पैसे दिए हुए हैं. फिर इंटेलेक्ट कहता है, ध्यान से सुनना जरा, इंटेलेक्ट सेज एक मोटे आदमी को भी मरना है, एक पतले आदमी को भी मरना है, एक डॉक्टर को भी मरना है, सॉरी हाँ, एक पेशेंट को भी मरना है, यार क्या फर्क पड़ता है। ये ज्ञान का प्रवाह तभी होगा जब काम नहीं करना है, अदरवाइज नहीं होता, कभी करने के लिए कम होता है। एंड देन यू नो व्हाट, मेमोरी विल ऑल्सो नॉट सिट, इट विल ऑल्सो प्रॉम्प्ट्स यू। You have 5 friends. Out of those 5, 3, they're out of shape. Why are you so bothered about it? So you know what? This is what is disharmony. Your body is demanding something, your mind is not supporting it. Your intellect is giving reasons not to do it, rather than how to do it. Memory is giving you some different ideas. When these levels are aligned, when your mind is supporting what your body is demanding, when your intellect is giving you the solutions how to implement it, and your memory supports and brings it, relives that, yeah, it is worth doing, then you can say it's harmony. When levels are harmonized, life is smooth, successful, satisfied. So in Art of Living, we do teach the tools through which we can bring the harmony in levels of our existence. And I don't want to use word tame, rather I would say harness our mind and make it productive for you. Rather than being a challenge to handle your mind, it becomes your friend. So meditation is attending to oneself, or rather I would take the liberty to say dating oneself. It's a date with yourself. And the advanced programs I teach, I go even further, romancing oneself. Have you ever dearly met yourself? You have been giving smile to so many people, but have you genuinely given smile to yourself? Your soul is yearning for that smile from you. So smiling with oneself is meditation. Mind without agitation is meditation. Yeah. Is it okay? I did. I've been asked, keep on going, but you know, okay, so if you have any questions, so I can, you know, वैसे तो ऐसा बोलते हैं कि बिना पूछे कुछ बोला जाए तो मूर्खता का लक्षण है, वो मैं कर चुका हूँ, ठीक है, but it is okay. If you want to ask anything, you are most welcome. We can continue. Yeah, please. Yeah, ताली बजाना बीच में देखो, not fair, हाँ. और हमेशा ये I would give you a tip, if you want any speaker to speak, keep inspiring, keep clapping. तो उनको encouragement मिलता है, बोलना अच्छा बोलना चाहिए. You will learn more. Yeah, it is selfish also.
Thank you so much, sir. Mesmerizing session indeed. So, students, I am sure that there must be some questions in your monkey mind. So you can have your questions to respected Iyer sir and Gaurav sir, please. The forum is open for questions. Yes, I can see in the 4th last seat.
Hello.
Yeah.
My question is to Gaurav sir.
You introduce first. Yeah.
Hello everyone. My name is Pratham Arora. I wanted to ask that we all are aware of benefits of yoga and meditation, but we cannot implement it in our daily lives. So sir, can you give some tips on how we can implement it and adopt practices without making major amendments to it?
Check. Yeah. So you said that how we should implement without making any major changes in life. Do you eat your meals regularly? Do you sleep? जब सो सकता है, खा सकता है, ये भी ज़रूर कर सकता है. It's the matter of prioritizing and acknowledging the value of doing it. When you are convinced that it will benefit me, you would not skip it. It's just a matter of realizing the value. When you know the value of eating, which provides nourishment to your body, if you realize that nourishment of soul and mind is more important than body alone, then you would not skip it ever.
Yes, one more question we can take. Yeah, please.
Hello sir, myself Gautam Agarwal from BCA. Sir, my question is, sir, in daily life we used to think about our future and past. We don't able to keep our mind in present. How we can keep our mind in present?
Very good question. So, there is something in you which is always in present.
Our body.
Huh?
Our body.
Body still, it's not present, right? ऐसा बोलते हैं मेडिकली कि आपकी बोन्स तक चेंज हो रही हैं फ्रीक्वेंटली,
Okay sir.
राइट?
Yes sir.
सेल्स चेंज हो रहे हैं, टिश्यूज चेंज हो रहे हैं, एक चीज हमेशा प्रेजेंट में रहती है. एनीवन? हमें क्या लेना देना? मतलब इट्स वेरी स्ट्रेंज. ब्रेथ इज ऑलवेज इन प्रेजेंट. ऐसा बोल सकते हो कल की ब्रेथ है,
नहीं सर.
परसों की ब्रेथ है,
No sir.
कल लूंगा,
नहीं.
हर समय ले रहे हैं.
Yes sir.
Learn to associate your mind with your breathing. Your mind will be effortlessly in the present moment.
Okay sir.
And for that, you can come to me to learn that.
Okay. Thank you so much sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for explaining so very good. Next. Yes, hand over the mic to.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kanak Ahuja. My question to you is, how can we openly discuss about the stigma surrounding mental health and ways to combat it?
Very good question. So, we have to support each other. You have to speak to your friends. You have to become a guide skillfully. If you go and tell, I am going to guide you, they'll say, अपने घर में बैठ. हमें पता है. Skillfully, you need to be a support to them. Just see whether they are happy, they are smiling, they are exuberating, they are full of energy or not. Observe that and address to it, right? Inspire them to do something good. I would urge each one of you to do some sports every day without fail. I encourage each one of you to do something related to music, because we do have the two major halves of our brain. One is responsible for linear thinking, rational thinking, tark vichar. The other half is for creativity, for rest, for emotions. You have to balance both. So encourage them to participate in such activities through which they can vent out their stress, right? You and me can only do it. It's not that someone else. We need to be a support system. I've been doing it every week. Right now also, when Mr. Uday invited me to speak here, I mentioned him that I am already conducting an online program for which I do have a participants from various countries. But still, I took out time. I managed my session. I requested some other teacher to take that session for half an hour, 1 hour for me, so that I can come here. So we need to be proactive. We need to be contributing as much as possible. We can't just sit idle. Take a lead, as you did asking a question. Take a lead, find out the ways. There are various ways. I would not only say कि हम जो कर रहे हैं वही ठीक है. No, I am not a stereotype. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. Find out what works for you. But ये best है जो मैं करता हूँ. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. One last question. Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sanya Virmani, and my question is that in a world where everyone is digitally equipped, so how can we strike a balance between digital connectivity and in-person social interactions?
Very good question. So for that, you need to have intelligence to use the digital connectivity. Rather than becoming a distraction, it should bring the harmonious connection between you. What is happening these days, if you post on Insta, your friends get inferiority complex. वो वहाँ गई है, If you post on Twitter about something, rather than getting inspired, वो ऐसा है मेरे को भी जाना है. So, we need to be sensitive about these things. Let me share an example with you. If you wish, you can sit, not an issue. In we do the evening sessions where we get together, we sing, then we meditate, we discuss some knowledge. The similar session is planned today also. We do have a session very close to Pitambura Club here. So, वहाँ पर क्या होता था? There were few people, those who were so inspired for offering prasad, and that too very elaborate prasad. So they were offering prasad to all those who were attending these sessions. You know what? I said, देखो, तुम लोग कर सकते हो, but जो लोगों के मन में एक ऐसा hesitation आता है कि इतना सब मेरे को भी करना पड़ेगा, वो अपने घर में ये sessions ही नहीं कर पाते हैं. Are you getting what I'm saying? We need to be sensitive that we must share the things which can inspire and which can bring some good to others, rather than bringing an inferiority complex in them, rather than taking them back in their life. वो इम्पॉर्टेंट है. दूसरा मैं ये कहूँगा, डेफिनेटली ह्यूमन टच इज मोर बेटर. आई स्टिल, इफ यू सी माई प्रोफाइल्स, आई थिंक पीपल when they invite me, they first go and surf on social media. मेरे कितने followers हैं ये, I am not interested. I am not interested in making followers. Rather, I am interested in making the leaders. Yeah, I don't do such things. I do some sensible things which can inspire others. Yeah. So you need to strike a balance. You need to come from that space of your intelligence, that what we should be doing. So I make restrictive use of it, or wise use of it, I would say. Yeah.